Welcome to Creating a Safer Workplace by MSC Direct, featuring the web series Nothing Stops U.S. Manufacturing. Conversations with safety professionals in the field. Here's your host, Anthony Testa.
Hey, welcome everyone to another episode of MSC's Nothing Stops U.S. Manufacturing. Today, my guest is Will Lang, President of Honeywell PPE Division. Welcome, Will. First, I want to start with, the Honeywell has stepped up tremendously and has invested a ton of dollars in both Rhode Island and Arizona to produce N95s. Give me a little bit behind what the decision making was there and what you guys are from a short-term and long-term plan on what's going on there.
We have a global manufacturing base. We have over 38 factories globally, of which we have a couple in China. So we kind of saw the COVID lockdown start in China at our own facilities. And we said, well, what does this mean globally, right? And so we really took that to heart and we said, okay, well, how do we pivot quickly as an organization and really move into the respiratory space to really drive, additional production in the U.S. for U.S. needs. And the genesis of that was our Smithfield facility. That's where we started. And then from there, we added Phoenix. It's been a crazy process. I mean, normally it'll take us, 9 to 12 months to get a factory like a Smithfield up and running. We did it in 90 days or less, and it's been crazy.
That's just 90 days or less. Have you ever seen anything like that ever in terms of from a manufacturing?
I'm going to tell you, we had a lot of sleepless nights on figuring out how we could do it. We worked with the U.S. government and the administration on what that would look like and how we could do it. We had a lot of great partners from a machine perspective, right? How do you get an operation like Smithfield required 199 machines to kind of work together in concert. And so how do you get all the machines in? How do you hire the people virtually, right? We had to hire over 600 people to run that operation. And, how do you do that in the middle of a pandemic when, you're trying to do social distancing, right? So we had to leverage a lot of virtual tools. And then to keep the workers safe, we had an operation in Mexico, and we used this kind of, almost the best way I can describe it is like Google Glass. But basically, our workers in Smithfield could wear a set of glasses and see exactly what the workers on the line were doing in Mexico. So they could see exactly how the masks were made. They could see it real time, live, and so they could duplicate their job in Smithfield with what was being done down in Mexico.
Wow. That is, wow. That's the first time I'm hearing that. That is pretty incredible.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool piece of technology that we leveraged to help speed up the ramp up time, right? Because training that workforce, getting them up and running, building the facility to support them just takes time. And we wanted to try and maximize the output as much as possible.
Now, is Phoenix a mirror image of Smithfield? Is it bigger, smaller, or the same type of footprint?
Phoenix is going to be about 6 times larger. When it's all said and done. So it continues to grow.
Same 90-day turnaround time, like getting that one set up?
Yeah, so really the way I think about Smithfield is that was our move fast site. How do we get up and running as fast as possible? And then Phoenix is how do we build as much capacity in one area as possible? But these are decisions we continue to make every day. Smithfield also produces goggles. So we have, all of our goggles and face shields are done up in Smithfield, Rhode Island. And those are made in America, which is great. And they're really in high demand now with obviously all of the healthcare workers. I think the other option too is we do hearing in San Diego. So we already make hearing in the U.S. And we're gonna see if we even want to expand San Diego a little bit more. And I think that's one of the things we're considering right now is do we do more in San Diego and maybe more in Clover, South Carolina to continue to build that footprint out in the U.S. To deliver not only for the U.S. government but for all the great industrial companies that are here in the U.S.
That heightened awareness that's happening now, like that Made in the USA, it's really important to a lot of the industrial customers that we service. I mean, they ask every day, where is this product made? Can we get it made here in the United States? They are saying, they'll pay a little bit more, but they want it made here. I mean, you're starting to hear more and more of that. So that's great to hear that Honeywell is going to continue to invest in U.S. manufacturing. So, Will, one of the things I want to kind of just switch over to, we talked a little bit about, how you ramped up production in Smithfield and in Phoenix. And I'm sure the other plants in the United States were about the same. But now, talking specifically about manufacturing, were people apprehensive about coming back, or they saw the effort that Honeywell has put in to protect them and the safety, their well-being was one of Honeywell's top priorities? Like, how did you communicate that?
Yeah, so I think first and foremost, I think there was two waves. I'd say the first wave was very specific around, we want to do everything we can to help the U.S. get through the crisis. And those workers were very engaged and wanted to get back involved. And given the fact that we're in the safety business, obviously we had a mission of protecting workers on the front lines, right? And so there was a mission behind, energizing the workforce.
Mm-hmm.
But then two is when you think about some of these second and third shift production facilities, because we're running, 24/7 in all of our facilities in the U.S. right now. Most of those people, that was their second job. And so then we had to go through a second level of how do we make sure that workers were concerned as areas had breakouts of the virus. They were concerned that, oh man, if I go into the Honeywell factory at night, I might lose my day job because I can't. If I get sick, I'm not going to be able to do either job, right?
Wow.
So we're trying to obviously do as much as we can to protect our own workers, because that's absolutely critical in this time. I'd say there's a challenge, right, from a productivity perspective, right? That all hampers productivity, and we're making those trade-offs to the benefit of our workers, because at the end of the day, they're the one that's powering us forward through this crisis.
Give us a little background on some of the things that may not have been, released yet. Do we have any little tidbits? Come on,
Sure. So
I'm trying to get the quick skinny.
Our dual layer face mask has been very well received. All of our sellers in the field have it, and basically what it is a knit mask that can be washed up to 50 times with a BFE 98 filter inside to protect the wearer. It can be customized, so we have them that say Honeywell, but we could get ones that say MSC. Our strategy is obviously how do we get people back to work and back to play, right? And because that's part of life, right? And you want to be able to get out and go do what you're excited about and comfortable with. And so how do we protect you in those environments as well?
The products that you are bringing to market are so important. They save lives. The people on the front lines are utilizing this type of stuff. So just give me some reflection there.
Yeah, sure. So, I think it's I'll say it. I mean, it's absolutely emotionally satisfying to help, essential workers on the front line, healthcare workers, people that are going back to their jobs in the plants, people that are leveraging our masks to go out into their personal lives. To help protect them and put them in a position to keep them as safe as possible is absolutely satisfying, from a personal standpoint. And I know that it's also very much aligned with the mission that Honeywell is in the marketplace, and how do we help consumers and companies get where they want to go. And, it's been tremendous for our business. It's been tremendous for our brand, and it's been tremendous for me personally.
Hey, well, I just want to thank you very much for your time. It's been a great interview. I totally appreciate it.
Thanks, Anthony, for having me. And we appreciate our partnership with MSC and the great things you guys are doing in the marketplace. And, together we're stronger, and we're here to help America get back to work.
Follow us at mscdirect.com for future episodes and more information on operating in our new normal.